and welcome to Nan Loves Food. I am Ann here today with a meal prep video. I have the day off today and it is the first day of snow here in Indiana. It's coming down outside and it's kind of yucky, but we have a couple of errands to run and we have some meals to prep, and I figured I'd take you along with me. So come on, let's go. Before we head out, I just wanted to show you my meal plan for the week and kind of how I do this so I know what I'm prepping. So I use a Happy Planner. So these have interchangeable covers and you can pull stuff out and put stuff in, which I really like. Mine says leave a trail of magic wherever you go, which I love. And this is an expansion. This is from the expansion pack that has the meal plan expansion pack. So I really like this. It's been working well for me. I've been using it for a couple of months now. And quite frankly, the ability to like tear out and put new things in makes this so it's my all the time planner. I don't have to have like 12 for all the different parts of my life, which I appreciate. So today we're just gonna do tacos with peppers and cilantro. So I'm gonna go ahead and prep peppers for that. Tuesday we're gonna do zuppa toscana in the Instant Pot, which is one of my favorites, and actually one of Matthew's all-time favorite pastas. Wednesday is date night, so we normally do carry out. And Thursday we'll do peanut noodles with bok choy. I'm gonna go out to the garden in the snow and pick some bok choy, which is kind of cool. So that I'll just mix like peanut butter with soy sauce and some sesame oil and maybe some like gochujang or whatever, and some hot sauce in there. And just whip up a quick noodle. I think I'm gonna do some chicken for Matthew, and I think I'm gonna do tofu for myself. Friday is family dinner with my parents. So we always get together on Fridays. My sister and her boys and my folks. So I also have some snacks that I wanna remind myself that I have, because things get lost in my produce drawer. But I do have some carrots. I'm gonna roast some chickpeas and do some, I've got some blueberries in there. So in my notes to myself about what I need to do, I need to thaw my meats for this week. So I'm gonna use the fake ground beef, I don't know, I'll show you when I get it out. It's one of the brands of fake ground beef. Sausage for the zuppa, chicken for the noodles, and some homemade chicken stock that I have in the freezer. Then I also made myself a list of things that I wanna prep, so I know exactly what I'm doing. I'd like to do some almond milk. Peppers, just gonna wash my cilantro and get that ready to go. I have celery, kale, bok choy. I wanna scrub my potatoes, so I'm not gonna cut my potatoes beforehand because they get all brown and yucky, but if they're scrubbed and ready to go, that just makes my weeknight a whole lot easier. And then I'm gonna roast some chickpeas. So that is the plan for today's meal prep. Now let's go run some errands. All right, stop number one is Starbucks. I have got my order for a matcha latte in with almond milk. So switching a little bit more to the more alkaline products. So I just attended a Tony Robbins workshop and they talked a lot about the benefits of your body having a more alkaline environment versus a more acidic environment. So coffee is more acidic, dairy products are more acidic. So the green tea is more alkaline and so is the almond milk. So just making little modifications, not like drastically changing the diet or anything, but I am trying to make a concentrated effort there. We do have this little like spitty snow thing happening. It's more just like weird rain than, you know, actual snow. It's just kind of floppy rain. Ugh. So we do have that going on. So we're gonna get our nice toasty warm beverage and then make our way for stop number two. All right, we have made it to Kohl's. You can see kind of the gross spittiness that's happening outside right now. It's actually worse than it looks on camera. Like there's just a lot more precipitation than perhaps you can see, but it's probably not warm enough to stick. My phone says it is exactly 33 degrees, but I don't think it'll stay warm enough long enough for any of it to stick, which is the most offensive kind of snow because it's still here, you still have to deal with it, but then you don't get any of the benefit of the snow sticking around and being beautiful. It's just cold and slushy. So we're gonna go into Kohl's and grab some Christmas presents. Okay, serious question though. I want to know, when you are going through a drive-through, do you put on a mask? I never know if that's like, I feel like if a mask protects you more than it protects me, then I should have the courtesy to protect the person who is serving me by putting on a mask. But then sometimes I don't think about it. So I'm just curious, are you a mask wearer in the drive-thru line or not? Let me know in the comments. Okay, so that was just a quick online pickup order. A couple of Christmas presents that I had ordered actually a few weeks ago. Kohl's didn't quite have them in stock or whatever. It took a long time to get to the store. So we have a Disney Baby Once Upon a Time little, you know, crinkly baby book for my niece. We generally do pretty small gifts for that side of the family, and then we do a contribution to college funds, just because there are a lot of people who love those kids and there are a lot of presents, and no kid needs a million presents for Christmas, but they will need college funds. So we try and do little things. So we have this for her, and then we have a couple, like a pack of onesies that are super cute that have our favorite football team on them. Their daddy roots for a different favorite football team, and so we always try and instill, you know, our values in these children. And then for my sister's family, we have a Toy Story puzzle. Super cute. It is a 400-piece puzzle. They like doing puzzles together as a family, so I thought that was a nice gift. Just a big thing for them to unwrap. So one more Christmas present shopping stop, and then we will head back to the house and start getting some meal prep done. All right, we've made it to our final stop of the day. We are at Target. I am going to grab one more Christmas present and then maybe a little bit of a craft project. We'll have to see if they have everything I need. All right, sadly we mostly struck out at Target, which sucks. They didn't have a lot of the things that I was hoping to get there, but we got the most important thing, which is the Christmas gift for the kid. We have a Be Like Blippi dress-up kit, which the nephew who loves Blippi will be freaking stoked about. It comes with the hat and the glasses and the bow tie and suspenders, so he'll be thrilled. So that was the most important thing we were there for. We also grabbed from the dollar spot the cutest little gift tags. They say North Pole delivery, list status nice or naughty. You can pick one, and it says do not open until Christmas, and it's got little thread there for your super cute gift tags. So these are only $1 and there's 25 in there. So those I thought were a good buy. And finally, I only have one Christmas candle left and it is nearing the end. So I wanted something that smelled Christmas tree-y because we use a fake tree. So I found this Fresh Fraser candle by the Threshold brand, and it smells amazing. It's got just the Christmas scent I was looking for. So thrilled to have that. Those are only $5, which is such a steal for this size candle. It's an 11-ounce candle. So thrilled to have that as well. So because Target has let me down, we're gonna make one more stop at the Dollar Tree and see if I can get one of the things that I was hoping to find at Target. All right, welcome home. We have completed all of our errands for the day. Dollar Tree was also kind of a bust. I was hoping to find a small container to put liquids in. Target had quite a few, but they were really expensive. So I just don't want to spend a ton of money on the container when the contents is the gift. So I guess I'll just end up using mason jars, which is fine. They'll still be cute in mason jars. It is snowing like crazy still here, and it's time to make some almond milk. So let's get started on this food prep. So full disclosure, I have never made almond milk before, but seeing as there are 3 ingredients, I'm pretty sure I can handle it. So I have 1 cup of almonds here. I'm going to soak these in warm water and let those sit for about an hour. All right, so I just ran out to the freezer and grabbed everything we'll need for dinners for the week, all the proteins. We are going to use the Dr. Prager's Perfect Burger for the tacos. This apparently only has 8 ounces. I thought I had a 1-pound brick of the fake meat, but this is only 8 ounces. So I did find some already cooked pulled pork in the freezer that I will also heat up, and that way Matthew can have pork and I'll have this and he can try this and that way if he doesn't like it, it's not a total disaster and he'll have something to eat too. So probably the best of both worlds there. So I'm just gonna get this thawed out so I can use it. It actually doesn't say anything about thawing. It doesn't say anything about thawing one way or another on the package. So we're gonna thaw it and use it like it's ground beef. Maybe I'm screwing it up. I have no idea. I've never used this product before. So we'll give that a go. Also grabbed some sausages from Costco. These are our favorites. They are the Primo brand. You can see they come in a big, like a package of 4 of these. So I just rip them apart and throw them in the freezer like this. So this will be for the zuppa. And if we have any extra, I will cook it up and either use it for lunches or freeze it. I have 1 chicken breast. I got these individually packaged ones on a really good sale a while back. So that way Matthew can have chicken with his kind of stir-fry noodle situation, and I'll probably have tofu. I also have this amazing super cube situation full of chicken stock. We'll use this in the zuppa toscana. If you have not seen these are amazing. You can either store them in the freezer like this, or you can pop out the individual cut of chicken stock. So this is homemade chicken stock, probably from a Costco chicken. But once you're ready to use the chicken stock, you can just, because it's silicone, you can just pop out the block and use that in your soup. So I'll probably thaw the whole thing and make a big batch, so we'll have lunches for the week when we make the zuppa. It's really handy because you can actually pop those out and put them in a zip top bag if you want to use this again before you've used your stock or whatever, your soup, whatever you're making. So those are Super Cubes, S-O-U-P-E-R. Adorable marketing. I will link those in the comments. You can grab these on Amazon. This is the 1 cup version, but they also have a 2 cup that's like 2 bricks like this. And I use them, literally, they're always in use in my freezer in some capacity or another. So that's proteins for the week. All right, I've got everything set up behind me, ready to prep. I will let you know that this is not an every week occurrence for me. This is when I have my life together a little bit, this is what I do. I also want to state that just because you are meal prepping, don't feel like you have to prep the entire meal. Sometimes just taking little chunks of a task and getting that bit complete makes your weeknight so much easier. So just let's say having bell peppers diced is gonna take so much burden if I can just throw that in the pot and be done and not have to worry about that step when I've got all the other steps to do. So I don't do this every week. I'd love to. Like, I'm always so grateful to myself that I did the thing. But also the neat thing about it is that it really is just the most efficient way to do it. So rather than getting out a cutting board and a knife and my salad spinner and really doing this 3 different times through the week, if I'm cooking 3 times a week, or 4 different times through the week, that just makes, like, the batching of the tasks, that makes it infinitely more efficient. And that's how we work in restaurants. We don't, you know, cut 1 pepper, we cut all the peppers for the week. So this is kind of something I learned in the kitchen, but it's also something that we do you know, as an MBA, like the whole batching thing. It's just how to be the most efficient, whether you're in the kitchen or elsewhere. So because I have the extra day today, because I have the time and I've actually got my life together a little bit, we're gonna get this done. It's not gonna take very long and it will all be done. And I'll be so happy that it's done. So we're gonna get started with the kale. So I just have this big bunch of kale still in the grocery bag from Walmart. It got a little wet, but no big deal. We'll just get rid of those pieces. We'll throw those in the compost. So all I'm gonna do here is to take this beautiful bunch of kale and just destem. So this is fibrous and chewy and really unpleasant to eat. So we just rip it off here. And I'm just gonna throw that in the salad spinner. Now that the kale is all cut up, we're just gonna put some cold water right in the salad spinner and let this soak and get off any yuckies. Okay, so that's just gonna hang out and get clean. All right, so I just rinsed off the peppers. There are a million ways to cut a bell pepper. You can do it however you like to do it, but the way I've always done it is to just cut the pepper in half, remove the center. So I just take that bit out, come back in here and clean up any leftover residue, or like get these ribbies out. And then I'll just kind of slam it against my hand that's cupped, and that will get out any remaining seeds for the most part. And that way you get the most out of your pepper. You're not wasting any. So we'll just do this with all of these. and then slice it into slices, and that's for dinner tonight, and probably some snacks. Then once our peppers are all clean, I'm just gonna slice it. Ooh, my cutting board is moving. If you have this problem, this used to be a pretty grippy cutting board, but it's seen better days. If you run into that issue, just take a kitchen towel, throw it down where you're cutting, and now your board won't slip when you're cutting. And I'm just gonna throw this into a Rubbermaid food storage container. These help your produce last a little bit longer. So like I said, I don't think we'll probably eat them all tonight. So I wanna keep them fresh for when I decide to have them for snacks, probably through the week, or for lunches. We're just gonna throw them in there. Peppers, all done. So just got the kale out of the sink, and we're just gonna spin this bad boy dry. I'm gonna put the kale in the other food saver. Normally I would let this dry, like air dry a little bit longer, but this is for dinner tomorrow night, so it won't be in here too long. And I really need my salad spinner for the rest of what we're doing. I use my salad spinner for just about everything. I'm gonna take a piece of paper towel just to absorb some of that excess moisture because I know I didn't get it all out. So there is our kale. Next, we're gonna do a head of celery. This is for snacking through the week. I will let you know that I will wash and save. So I had a couple of pieces yesterday. I'll wash and save these pieces that you wouldn't necessarily normally eat, like these funky ends and the leafy parts. I will wash those and throw them in a bag and throw them in my freezer for the next time I make chicken stock. Actually, it'll probably be turkey stock because I've got a big turkey. So keep these, freeze them, save them, and just have them on hand when you need them. It is so freaking handy to just be able to pop those out, dump it in the stock pot, and you've got all your veggies ready to go. So to cut the celery, I'm just gonna take the ends off here, and I don't really want to use that for my stock, but I will gladly use the rest of it. So I'll wash this piece and throw it in. So because we're just doing celery for snacks, I'm just gonna cut it up into like snack size. So this is the only piece of the celery that's gonna go in the compost, is that nubby little end. And then I will take this, and just like we did with the kale, I'm gonna soak it in. I'm gonna fill up the basket with water and soak this for a bit and let all the dirt come off. So celery, just like any other, you know, vegetable mostly, it grows in the dirt. So there's like dirty pieces from, you know, where it grew naturally. So we just want to get off that debris. And so we'll let that soak, and then we'll divide it out between snack celery and stock celery. Believe it or not, we're getting close to done with meal prep here. Told you it wouldn't be too hard. I did want to go ahead and roast some chickpeas. So these are just rinsed and drained from a can. We actually use the bean juice, if you will, in baking the other day, the aquafaba, which is a fancy way of saying bean juice. It makes a really great egg substitute, so don't necessarily throw that away if you're having some chickpeas or beans. So I'm just gonna take this. We're going to season it up with some olive oil, salt, and probably some sort of seasoning. I'll grab from the pantry and throw them in the air fryer. They'll get these lovely crispy texture that you can snack on, just like grab and eat like a potato chip, or they're really good on salads. It's like a crouton sort of situation. A couple sprays of extra virgin olive oil, a couple of turns of pink Himalayan sea salt. I think I'll use some of this Greek all-purpose seasoning. Kind of getting to the end of this one. I'd like to get it out of my spice cabinet. Give those a little shake. We are going to throw them in the air fryer for 12 minutes at 400 degrees, and they should come out all beautiful for us. In the basket they go. So the cilantro has been washed and drained and spun. Yes, you can spin your herbs. It does the same thing that it does for your lettuce. Unless you want soggy, sloppy herbs, spin them too. So the cilantro is for tacos tonight, and I'm just gonna make a really simple, I don't know, dressing, salad, traditional thing to put on top. I'm just gonna have some of the onions I chopped with the cilantro mixed together and throw those on top of tacos. We are not going for precision here. We just want it all chopped up. And we'll just mix a handful of diced onions. The rest will be used in our zuppa. There we go. Ready to make our tacos happy. This was a substitution. I got some serrano peppers. They are not what I ordered, but I'm gonna throw a couple of them in the stir fry, or in the peppers for tacos tonight. And I'm gonna wash my blueberries. Same method as for everything else. I'm just gonna throw them in the salad spinner and rinse, and then these blueberry containers are actually pretty well constructed in terms of keeping your food fresh. They've got the holes on the bottom. So I'm gonna wash these, rinse them, dry them, and then I will throw a paper towel in the bottom of here and toss them back in this container, and they'll be just fine. I just wanna show you that when I do this, like, there's still bits of celery floating in there, and it doesn't matter. Like, I don't have to wash this every time. I'm using it to clean things. Now, obviously I'm gonna rinse out the water in the bowl, and if there's any debris at the bottom of the bowl, especially like dirty debris, we want that out. But in terms of, you know, just rinsing stuff, it's totally fine to use this for multiple uses without cleaning it. We're just gonna throw the chickpeas into a mason jar. All right, so these have had enough time to kind of do their thing. We're gonna drain this and give it a little spin. We'll discard the water here, give these a little spin, and throw them back in the container with a paper towel. I'm just taking a paper towel. I put one at the bottom, we'll put one at the top too. Just folded it into thirds and laying it right in there. And those are ready for breakfast or snacks or whatever. Ready to go. All right, so we have our almonds that have been soaking. That looks really gnarly. So we're going to discard this, and we're gonna take our 1 cup of soaked almonds, and it actually requires 47 ounces of water. So that's what we're gonna do. We are using the Instant Ace Plus for today's adventure, and there is actually a nut oat milk button. We pushed it, there it is. So we're gonna get this strained, get this full of the water that we need to fill it with, and get our nut milk going. All right, we're done. This thing is crazy, crazy heavy. Like, the heating element is in here. Holy cannoli. It's an arm workout just using it. So while that was going, I went ahead and washed my potatoes. So those are done. It smells very nutty in there. Go figure, huh? So I took the nut milk bag that it came with, and I wrapped it around my strainer. I'm hoping this will work. We're gonna see. I might make a huge mess, but we're learning together. Ooh, making a mess, making a mess. Not a good plan, not a good plan. Okay, we'll try it this way. Let's see how she does. All right, so my technique here needs a little work. Oh well. So I'm taking a quarter cookie sheet. I've lined it with parchment, and I'm gonna take all of this almond meal out and let this dry. I will save this for use in baking, probably muffins, or you can stir it into oatmeal or whatever. But there's no reason to let that good stuff go to waste. So we'll let that hang out for a little bit, get a little dry, and who knows, might make muffins later. All right, so meal prep done. We did not get to the bok choy because it is still snowing outside, and I don't feel like going out and getting dirty in the garden and snowy. So we'll get that on the night that we plan to eat it. So we have our gorgeous almond milk, which I have to say has a much more attractive golden color than the stuff that you get from the store. Almost looks like a little latte already. So very excited to give that a go. We have onions for zuppa. We have onions for tacos. We have blueberries for breakfast. We have kale. We have sliced peppers for tacos and for snacks. We have our roasted chickpeas, which are absolutely delicious. Of course, I had to take a few as a snack. Some celery for snacking through the week. Our taco topping. The potatoes that I rinsed, the lid doesn't quite fit, but we'll use them tomorrow, so that's not a big deal. And some sliced serranos. So that is all for today's meal prep. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope this inspired you that, you know, meal prep can be a huge benefit, and it also doesn't have to be a huge burden. So think of the ways that you can help yourself just a little and batch just a little and make life easier. You know, this probably took me a little bit more than an hour because I was filming. If I weren't filming, it probably would have taken me about an hour. So that's not too bad in the grand scheme of like needing to get stuff done in the kitchen. You know, my back's not killing me yet and my feet don't hurt. So it wasn't like a full day in the kitchen. It was just a couple of steps to be kind to myself later in the week, because I know when I get home from work and I'm tired and I'm crabby and I've had to deal with crabby people all day, that perhaps I won't have that impulse to order takeout, because I'll already have the hard part done and I'll just be able to throw things in my Instant Pot or throw them on the skillet and dinner will be done and I won't have to worry about it. So I hope this inspired you. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. And if you're not already, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We'd love to have you as part of our YouTube family. Thanks so much for tuning in today. Bye.